Pray there, friends, and good morning from Disney's Magic Kingdom. It's your boy, the Pin Trading Pastor, and welcome to a cloudy, overcast Pin Drop Tuesday here at the Magic Kingdom. We are going to get in line for the pins, see what's being released today. It is a 5th Tuesday this month, so I don't know what that means. But we're going to take a look and see what they're dropping. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be a few of the Mickey Mouse Club pins that have not been released this month. And I believe from what people have told me, it may be a Nightmare Before Christmas pin. I have no idea, but after we do the pin drop and I'll show you the line and show you what's being released today, we are going to go ahead and hit the boards. We have a new thing that we're going to be doing today, something I have yet to do. We're going to play Pin Bingo, inspired by several other content creators, one that I really love, WDW Kevin, and we're going to play Pin Bingo. We're going to bring you along for the ride. We're going to hit every board, every Pin Trading cast member. Again, yes, I was just at Magic Kingdom last week. That's where I like to do Pin Drop Tuesdays, but we are going to go ahead and give it a shot, try this bingo. And I will say my wife and my son Landon did not do me any favors. They made this pin bingo very, very hard. But I'm going to show you what that board looks like here in just a moment. Show you the pins we're going to be trading. I did bring some unauthentic Disney pins as well as some authentic pins because we're going to be on the lookout for authentic pins. But the main goal is to accomplish Pin Bingo today. Not only Pin Bingo, but I would love to fill the entire board. So we're gonna give it a shot, see what we can do. Come along with us for the ride and let's see what we can find. Okay, friends, well, here we are at Pin Drop Tuesday, and the line isn't that bad. I mean, it did get a little bit long back here, but if I had to guess, I'm thinking most people think the Winnie the Pooh monthly pin is coming out, but I'm going to pan the camera around and show you the line here. Not bad. Again, Disney did a wonderful job as far as crowd control, and so we'll take a look at it and I'll show you how far the line's actually got. Okay, so as you can see, the line extends back past the pin trading location here at Frontier Trading Post. Again, they've done a very good job as far as the queue is concerned. I have a pretty decent spot for today, and so I got here early to be able to do that. But as you look around, it is not that bad of a wait today. I can guarantee you if you're wanting the Pooh pin, you better be here early next week because it's going to be nuts. Okay, so as we take a look here, this is what's going to be released today, and Al, our friend here, is going to tell us exactly what's being released. Go ahead, Al.
We have Mickey Mouse Club, and that's 70th anniversary series. We have a big jumbo pin. We have Mickey in a hologram TV. And we have Mickey playing the piano and a classic Dapper outfit. And then we have Nightmare Before Christmas, Build a Pin series, the Disneyland Haunted Mansion holiday.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Al.
My pleasure. Enjoy.
Okay, friends, we just left the pin trading shop here at Magic Kingdom after Pin Drop Tuesday, and we were able to score pretty much everything that we wanted. And I'm going to pan the camera around and show you. Obviously, I'm a Mickey collector, so most of these pins I'm keeping, but I do not collect the Nightmare Before Christmas, and so that's going to be a great trader for us. But I'm going to pan the camera around for you and take a look here. These are what we were able to score today. And so as you can see, you've got the Mickey Mouse Club Jumbo, the Mickey Mouse Club on a piano, and the Mickey Mouse Club looks like 70th anniversary with the TV, as well as the Nightmare Before Christmas Build-A-Pin set. And so awesome score here on Pin Drop Tuesday, and I hope you were able to get what you needed as well. Okay, friends, so as we begin this morning, we're going to take a look at the pin board. We're going to be using the Pin Bingo as well. It's going to look slightly different. Normally I bring the mini pin folio with me and we pin trade with that. But today we're actually going to be using a larger pin folio board with the board attached. And so I'm going to pan the camera around for you real quick, let you take a look. And again, our goal is to accomplish this. And again, if we have to pin trade with some of the pin trading people around the parks as well, we're going to do that because we want to fill this board and do more than just a regular old pin bingo. So let's give it a shot. Okay, friends, so here is our Pin Bingo card for the day. And as you can see on the board there, I have several Boo Boo Kitties or unauthentic Disney pins, as well as several authentic Disney pins. We're going to be doing equal value trading, of course, but let me show you what we're going to do here. Let me zoom in here. So we need Stitch, a fruit pin, a popsicle pin, any villain pin, a Loungefly pin, Marvel pin, Minnie with a Bob, Munchling, Wave A, Pixie Plush, Orange Bird, Nightmare Before Christmas, a Wave B, that's the center one, that's probably going to be the hardest, a Cars pin, any Princess pin, Disney Cat, Daisy Nerd, any Zootopia, a Princess Sidekick pin, a Disney Dog pin, a Mystery Packs pin, any Parks pin, and again, another hard one, the Folding Fan pin, any Goofy pin, and a Cheshire Cat pin. And so we're gonna do our best and try and fill this board. Again, not the easiest mission that my wife and my son Landon have given me, but let's give it a shot and see what we can find. Okay, so the first board as we enter the Magic Kingdom is going to be found at the wheelchairs and locker rental, and I'm going to pan the camera around for you and take a look. It's going to be right here, and so these are going to be where this spot right here is going to be where your first pin board is located of the park day. And walk in, take a look, and let's see what we can find. Okay, friends, well, here's the pin board found at the wheelchair and locker rental, and again, we are trying to complete pin bingo here. And I think I found the first two that I'm going to get. Obviously on our board here, you see that we're going to need a Disney cat as well as a Zootopia pin. Shout out to WDW Kevin. And I'm seeing two of those side by side right here. So these are the two that we're going to get. And we're going to trade this Donald popsicle. And I think we're going to trade this hat right here. And we will do those two for the Cheshire Cat and the Judy Hobbs Zootopia pin. Okay, friends, so the next pin board is going to be found immediately as you walk into the walkway here. So I'm going to pan the camera around and show you. So we're going to make our way right through here. And as you take a walk through here, the pin board is going to be found to your left, right where the stroller rental facility will be. And so we're going to walk in there and see what we can find. Okay, friends, well, here we are at the stroller rental, and we are looking for completing pin bingo. And before I even begin here, we've got a pin trading cast member, and as you can see, we need Orangebird. And so we are going to trade Piglet right here for Orangebird. And so we're going to do that one. As while he makes that trade, I see a couple that we're going to need here. We need this Cheshire Cat, and we need this Disney Princess pin. And so we're going to do these two. And we will trade this Winnie the Pooh and Piglet popsicle, and we will trade this Minnie Mouse pin right here. And man, we are getting a great start on pin bingo this morning. Okay, friends, as you can see, we have got off to a terrific start. We have hit only 2 places and already accomplished 5 of the pins we're looking for on pin bingo today. And so this one we were able to get the Orangebird, we were able to get the Cheshire Cat, and we were able to get the Snow White. Man, that is a bad looking pin, but hey, that's not what it's about. We're doing equal value trades and trying to fill up pin bingo today. And so the next pin board is going to be found right over here at Guest Relations. And so we're going to make our way right over here, take a look at their pin board and see what we can find for our pin bingo today. Okay, friends, so as we enter Guest Relations here at the front of the park, I did spot something we need. We've got this Jack Skellington, and we're going to go ahead and trade for that off this cast member's pin pad. And we will trade this villain pin right here. And so there's that. Awesome. So we're able to score this Jack Skellington, and again, put another notch in our pin trading belt. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located inside of the Guest Relations. And again, I think I found 2 that we're going to do. We're going to do this villain pin right here, and we're going to do this Goofy pin right here. And the 2 that we're going to trade for that this morning are going to be, we'll do this Monsters Inc. pin right here, and we'll do this Porky Pig pin right here. Okay, friends, so again, we scored some amazing pins, and I'm going to show you how well we're doing here on the pin trading bingo in just a second, but I do have to hop on here and laugh. The cast member laughed at me, and I had a good chuckle out of it too. The pin that I just put down, I said was a Porky Pig pin. Yeah, that was from the 3 Little Pigs, not from Looney Tunes and Porky Pig. But hey, you know, you learn your Disney, you know your Disney. I was sadly mistaken. She laughed, I laughed, it was a good time, and that's the kind of stuff that happens during pin trading bingo. Okay, friends, so as we continue our pin trading journey and our pin bingo, the next place we're going to go as we come out of Guest Relations is going to be found in the Emporium. There should be 2 boards in there as well as a few pin trading cast members. So as I pan the camera around here, it's going to be found right here in the Emporium. We're going to walk inside and see what we can find for our collection of the pin bingo. Okay, friends, so as we entered the Emporium, I came across the pin trading cast member, and while this is not going to help us with pin bingo, I find this the most amazing pin pad I've ever seen in my life. There are 9, I believe, Chicken Little pins or a chicken character of some sort, and I find this pin pad to be absolutely hilarious and awesome. Part of the magic, friends. Okay, friends, well, here is the first pin board found in the Emporium, and as we look around here, I am seeing one that we need for pin bingo. It's going to be this right here. It looks like it's going to be Mater from Cars, and so we're going to take this pin, add it to our pin bingo, and we are going to put down this Tinkerbell pin right here and trade for Mater right there. Okay, friends, so while we were walking through the Emporium, I did come across a pin trading cast member who was very intrigued by the pin bingo we're doing and saw that we needed a Wave B. And voila la, here we go. We have a Donald Bubble Wand. And so for that, we're gonna go ahead and trade our Star Wars droid here for this Donald Wave B Bubble Wand, and that will knock that off our bingo card. Okay friends, well here we are with the second pin board found here in the Emporium on the back side as you head towards Casey's Corner. And again, we're looking for our pin bingo here, and we found two right off the bat that we're going to need. The very first one is going to be this popsicle. The goal was any popsicle pin today. And the next one was Marvel, any Marvel pin. And there is Nick Fury. And so we're going to take these two pins. So I'll pull that popsicle and Nick Fury off the board. And we are going to go ahead and trade. I think we will do this one right here, R2-D2, and I think we will do this Disney food one right there, and we will put that one there, and we'll put this guy right there. So two more pins towards our pin bingo today. We are moving along very nicely. Okay friends, so as we make our way out of the Emporium outside of Casey's Corner here, I ran into a friend who just started watching actually. Somebody who came across, saw one of my TikToks, thought that was rather funny because I just started that page, but wanted to help us out in pin bingo. Saw the board, asked, what are you doing? And they looked at the board and they just happened to have a munchling on them. And so I was definitely going to take that. Those are kind of hard to find on boards. And so I'm going to pan the camera around, show you the munchling they gave. They did take the White Rabbit pin that I had, authentic for authentic, real deal for real deal. They actually wanted a Boo Boo Kitty just to help me out, but I'm not going to do that because it's always equal value trading. And so I'm going to show you the pin and let's take a look. And there is the munchling right there that they gave us. And obviously, as you see, we need to be able to have a munchling. I put it right there next to it. And so thank you to that friend who watches. And we're really excited about that as we continue to put notches on our pin bingo board. Okay friends, so the next pin board is going to be found right here at this guest experience team tent. Let's head over there and see if they have anything we want or need to try and complete this pin bingo. Okay friends, so we are just outside of Casey's Corner at the guest experience team tent here, continuing our pin bingo. And as we take a look at the board here, actually before we do the board, I'm actually going to show this cast member right here was so excited to help us out and had a Wave A pin that they want to trade for us. And so here's the Balloon Castle, and we are going to trade her this wonderful Toy Story pin right there, and that will complete our Wave A for our bingo. Okay friends, here is that pin board at that guest relations tent. Obviously we had the cast member that had that Wave A, and we're very excited about that. And I'm seeing two pins that we need. We still need a Parks pin, and so we're going to do this green Walt Disney World pin, and we need a Princess sidekick, and that looks like Iago right there, Jasmine sidekick. And so we're going to take this one, and we're going to take this one. So we'll take these two, and we're going to put down this right there, and we're going to put this down right there. And again, unauthentic for unauthentic and always authentic for authentic. And so another awesome job and going to help us with our pin bingo today. Okay friends, the next pin board is going to be found over here at the Crystal Palace. They have a really interesting pin board. Don't know if it's out yet, but it's on a piece of wood. It looks like tree bark. It's actually really hard for the cast members to get that in and out. We're going to take a look and see if they have that and see if we have anything for our pin bingo. Okay friends, here is the pin board found at the Crystal Palace. Again, I told you it was very, very unique. And I am not seeing anything that we need. These are the ones we still need here on our pin board. Obviously, we did just get the Princess Sidekick and the Wave A, which I haven't marked yet, as well as the Parks pin. I will mark those momentarily, but I was right here and wanted to see if there was anything we needed, and I'm not seeing anything we need to complete our pin bingo today. So on to the next one. Okay friends, so as we get ready to make our way into Adventureland, I have to chuckle a little bit. I didn't count the number of spaces on the board before I started, and I brought 15 of those colorful stickers to do bingo. On a bingo card, there are 25 spaces in, so a cast member was wonderful and gave me a permanent marker to mark the rest of these. Again, brand new at doing this, first time ever playing pin bingo, and so I have a permanent marker to mark the rest, but I do want to update the board and show you where we're sitting at right now. All right, so as you can see, we are making good progress right now. I mean, we have just started. We haven't even entered Adventureland, walked around at Tomorrowland, and any of these other areas right now, and look how far we've come. Right now, we just need a Stitch pin, a Fruit pin, Lounge Fly, Minnie with a Bob, Pixie Plush, Nerd Daisy, a Disney dog, a mystery pack pin, and a folding fan pin. And I think that is going to be the hardest one. That folding fan pin, they've never Boo Boo Kitty'd that. They have never duplicated that pin. I think that'll be our hard one, but look how well we're doing right now, friends, and it is just beginning. Let's see if we can find the rest of the way. Okay friends, so the next pin board is going to be found right here through Adventureland, and as we walk under the archway here, the next pin board is going to be located over here to the left at this souvenir cart. So let's take a look, see if there's anything we need for our pin bingo today. Okay friends, so as we made our way over to the souvenir cart to the left as we walk into Adventureland, we found a pin trading cast member who was asking what we were doing and saw we were playing pin bingo, and here we go. It is a Marvel t-shirt which does come from a mystery pack, and so that will knock off this spot on our pin bingo, and we're going to go ahead and trade him Ursula for this Marvel t-shirt today. Awesome. Okay friends, here is the pin board located just left as you walk into Adventureland at the souvenir cart, and again, I'm not seeing anything that we need, and so we're just going to move on to the next one. Okay friends, the next pin board as you make your way through Adventureland is going to be found over here at the Guest Experience Team Blue Tent. So we'll walk over there, take a look at their pin board, and see if there's anything we need for our pin bingo today. Okay friends, here's the pin board located at the Guest Experience Blue Team tent as you walk into Adventureland and make your way towards the back, towards Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm not seeing anything we need for our pin bingo today, and so we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so as we make our way through Adventureland towards the Magic Carpets of Aladdin, again, we've done very, very well so far on pin bingo, but we have several boards to look at. But as you see, as we start to close these options on pin bingo, it gets harder and harder. And so we're going to keep making our way around. It's still early. Some of the pin boards aren't out yet, but we should be able to see them as we keep making our way around. We're going to make our way towards Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop right now. Okay, friends, so we made our way over to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride here, and obviously you see the ride right there. And as I pan the camera around, the pin board is going to be located in the gift shop towards the back here before you enter Frontierland. And so if you walk through those double doors back there that you see on the camera, that's where you'll see your next pin board. Okay friends, here's the pin board located inside the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, and it looks like we're going to find two pins that we're going to need. Here is the Disney fruit pin, and it looks like we're going to have a sleeping Pluto pin. And so we're going to take this one, and we're going to take this one. And I think we're going to do our Marvel t-shirt for the Disney dog that we did before. And I think we're going to do this car right here, if I can get it out. And we will trade these two for Pluto and the piece of fruit that we need. And bingo continues to come along. Okay friends, so on the way out of the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, we found a friend who watches, and they have a Loungefly pin. We have not found one of these yet, and they are on the hunt for Wave B today. So we are going to trade for this Cinderella Loungefly, and we are going to trade this Donald Bubble one, which I already have, to our pin trading friend here. Awesome, as this pin bingo continues on. Okay friends, so I wanted to stop and take a look at our pin bingo card so far. Again, after we just met with that wonderful person who watches and wanted to be a part of pin bingo, we were able to score that Loungefly, that Cinderella Loungefly that you see right there, for our duplicate of our Donald Bubble wand. And so very excited about that. But look at how far we've come on this board. We have come so far. I mean, we are down to our last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. And no, don't adjust your sets. I did run into somebody, same person that gave us the Cinderella Loungefly, that does play pin bingo on the side for fun. And so they had extra stickers. They gave us stickers, and so yes, you still see these two marks that I used with the permanent marker, but we're starting to add a few more of the stickers on there now. May have to go back to the permanent marker because she only had a couple, but we are starting to fill this board up, and it's getting close. We're gonna see. Obviously, you see we've got 2 bingos, 1 up, 1 down. And so I should say 1 up, down, and 1 across. And so let's see what we can find. Let's keep going and see if we can't get a full board bingo today. Okay friends, so as we make our way out of the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, the next pin board is going to be located at the Guest Experience Team tent, located before you get to Tiana's Bayou as you make your way into Frontierland. And so I'll pan the camera around here, and our next pin board is going to be found right there. Let's go take a look and see if they have anything for our bingo. Okay friends, so here's the pin board located at the Guest Experience Team tent as you make your way out of Frontierland and towards Tiana's Bayou. I'm not seeing anything that we need for our pin board here, as we are down to the last 5 that we need to get a full board bingo. So we will move on to the next one. Okay friends, so as we make our way towards Tiana's Bayou, the ride, the next pin board is going to be found in Critter Co-op. I don't believe the second pin board location in the back at the gift shop is open yet, as it's only about 10 a.m. here at Magic Kingdom. But we're going to walk into Critter Co-op. I'll show you where that is and see if there's anything we need for pin bingo. Okay friends, here is the next stop for our pin board. It's going to be found here at the Critter Co-op. As we walk in here, we'll go to the back and take a look and see if there's anything we need. Okay, friends, here's the pin board located inside the Critter Co-op, and again, we are down to our last 5. And I am not seeing anything that we need. We need a Pixie plush, Minnie with a Bob, Stitch, Daisy Nerd, and folding fan. And I'm not seeing anything that we need. We do have a pin trading cast member here as well, but again, nothing that we need for pin bingo, and so we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we made our way outside of the Critter Co-op, we ran into somebody who saw the pin board and said, hey, what are you doing? I was just standing behind you in line there trying to trade pins off the board. What are you doing? I said, I'm playing pin bingo. Can you help? And they said, let me see what you got. And we were looking for Stitch. If you remember, Stitch is one that we've been looking for. It's usually on every board, but haven't been able to find it, but easily traded. And so I'm going to pan the camera around, let you take a look at that board and show you what they gave us. And so they gave us this Stitch right here, and if you recall, what was in that spot before was a Tigger Popsicle, and so they traded us this Wave A Stitch for the Tigger Popsicle, and so really excited about that. Okay, friends, so I'm making my way over to the secondary gift shop here at Tiana's Bayou, the ride. It's going to be called Tiana's Bayou General Store. Normally it doesn't open until 11 if I'm not mistaken, but because it's a party night, it does open early, and so we're going to head back there. I'll pan the camera around. And right there, right back here is where you're going to find that next pin board. Let's go back there and see if there's anything we need for pin bingo today. Okay, friends, here's the pin board located inside of Tiana's Bayou General Store. And again, we are getting very, very close to full board bingo. We need a Pixie plush, Minnie with a Bob, Nerd Daisy, and a folding fan pin. And I am not seeing anything on this board that will help us complete full board bingo, so we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we make our way out of Tiana's Bayou General Store, I ran into 2 more pin trading friends who saw the board and said, hey, what are you doing? And I showed them we were getting so close to full board bingo. One of them watches and has helped us before earlier today, and they helped us again. They were able to give us the Pixie plush that we needed. And then another young lady by the name of Faith, who I just met. She loves watching vlogs. I told her what our handle was, Pin Trading Pastor, and also let her know that I was on the hunt for pins. And she said, well, what are you looking for? I said, I really need a Disney folding fan pin. Is there any way you can help me? And my friends, look at what we have here. Faith was able to help me with this Mickey folding fan pin. And then our other friend who watches was able to help us with this Pixie plush pin. And so we're gonna mark those off. And so after we mark the Pixie plush and after we mark the folding fan, the last 2 that we're gonna need for full board bingo is Nerd Daisy and Minnie with a Bob. We are still so many pin boards left to do. I think we can do this. Let's see what we can do. Okay, friends, so I actually got right on here and started pin bingo today. Pin drop Tuesday, showed you the pins. I almost forgot to show you the drip today, and so I want to show you that today. First and foremost, we're going to show you the hat. Got my Stitch hat on, my Stitch Dad hat that my kids told me to get. Love Stitch. My 4 main collections, Tigger, Stitch, Ariel, and Mickey, and so got my Stitch hat on today. And as far as the shirt, I've got my shirt here. It says, pray hard. Pray hard. And brothers and sisters, I can tell you this, when you're going through things in life, things get hard. God is right there. God is that Heavenly Father who's there and who wants to listen to you, wants to, like any earthly father, for you to come up as a child of God and just sit in His lap to talk for a minute and to give Him your time. And so if you're going through things in life, just pray. Reach out to God. Pray hard like never before if you're going through a season that's difficult. God loves you. That's all I'm letting you know today. God loves you. Okay, friends, so as we make our way to the next pin board, I don't really think we took a moment to talk about what we're going to do if we accomplish bingo. So far, I believe we have 3, maybe 4, I'll look at the board here in a moment, bingos going different ways. I wasn't really going to do anything for doing that, but if that's all we get today, I'm going to buy myself a Starbucks, Venti Iced Starbucks Blonde Vanilla Latte with 3 shots of espresso to keep this pin trading pastor going. But if we accomplish full board bingo today, we are going to buy ourselves a mystery pack. I don't know which pack that's going to be yet, but if we do accomplish full board bingo, we're going to buy that and open it so you can all see it on TikTok. Again, if you are only following on YouTube, you're not seeing everything. You can find me on all the socials, Pin Trading Pastor. On every social you can think of, follow along. We do content on all the other socials as well, especially TikTok, and so please give us a follow. But if we do get full board bingo, we're opening a mystery pack today. Okay, friends, so as we continue our trek through Adventureland, the next pin board is going to be found at Big Al Souvenirs. That's across from the main pin trading place here in Magic Kingdom called Frontier Mercantile, which I'll show you in a minute. So I'm going to pan the camera over, show you the pin board over here. Right over here is where Big Owl's is, and that is where our next pin board is going to be. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located at Big Owl Souvenir Gift Shop here in Frontierland, across from Frontier Mercantile. And I'm not seeing, again, we are down to two. We need Minnie with the Bob, and we need Nerd Daisy, and I'm not seeing either of those on here. We do have a pin trading cast member as well, and we'll take a look at that pin board. Again, not seeing anything we need to complete full board bingo, and so we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we leave Big Owl's, there was nothing we needed there. The next pin board is located directly across. It's going to be right here, and I'm going to pan the camera over. It's going to be right here in Frontier Mercantile at the Frontier Trading Post, and so we'll walk in and see if there's anything on that pin board we need to complete full board bingo. All right, friends, well, here's the pin board located in Frontier Mercantile, and again, we only need 2 pins left to complete our full board bingo. And I'm not seeing him. We need Minnie with the Bob and we need Nerd Daisy. And as I look around this board here, I am not seeing anything that we're going to need to complete full board bingo. So on to the next one. Okay, friends, as we make our way outside of Frontier Trading Post, normally right over here at the DVC spot, they have a pin board. At least they have for the last several weeks. They do not today, but I'm still going to pan over, show you with the camera where it's at. So this DVC spot right here, obviously trying to get new and prospective DVC clients, they usually have a pin board. They do not today, but just wanted to show you that where that is in case you're making your way through Magic Kingdom looking for pin boards. Okay, so as we make our way towards Liberty Square, towards the Hall of Presidents, the next pin board is going to be found at the Ye Olde Christmas Shop. And so as I make my way around the corner here, I'll pan the camera over. It's going to be found right back here at Ye Olde Christmas Shop. Okay, friends, so here is the pin board located inside Ye Olde Christmas Shop. And as we look here, I am going to see one that we are going to need. There she is, Roxanne, better known as Minnie with a Bob. We are going to trade for her, and we are going to put down, let's go ahead and put down this ribbon here. Again, always equal value trading, and we're going to pick Minnie with a Bob up, and we're going to put this ribbon down there. We are 1 pin away from full board bingo, friends. Okay, friends, so that was another huge score. We found Roxanne, better known as Minnie with a Bob, at the Ye Olde Christmas Shop. And so now we're going to make our way to Liberty Square ticket office, where the next 2 pin boards should be located. They have one before 11, and they bring out a second one after 11. So I'll pan the camera around here so you can see it. But here it is, Liberty Square ticket office, and let's walk in and see if they have the last pin we need for full board bingo, which is Nerd Daisy. Okay, friends, here's the first pin board located inside the ticket office here at Liberty Square. And as we look around here, I'm not seeing Nerd Daisy. That is the last pin we need for full board bingo. And so we're going to jump over to the next pin board. And here is the second pin board located inside the Liberty Square ticket office. Again, we are on the hunt for Nerd Daisy, as that is the last pin that we're going to need for full board bingo. And I am not seeing her. And so we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, so there was nothing located at the Liberty Square Central ticket office, and so now we're going to head over towards Columbia Harbor House. They don't have a pin board there, but I mentioned in the last video, there's usually several pin trading cast members, and so we're going to take a look, see if there's any of those, and again, see if we can score that eluded Nerd Daisy pin today. Okay, so oddly enough, there was no pin trading cast members inside of Columbia Harbor House, and that's okay. Normally there is at least 2 or 3. There wasn't any today. It is a party day. It's pretty dead here in the park, so I can see why. But the next pin board is going to be located here at Memento Mori, and I'm going to pan the camera around so you can see it. And right here is Memento Mori, and we'll walk in and take a look at their pin board. Okay, friends, here's the pin board located at Memento Mori Gift Shop, better known as the Haunted Mansion Gift Shop. And as we take a look, we are down to 1 pin left. We just need the Nerd Daisy pin, and I am not seeing that located on this board. And so we're going to pack our things and move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we make our way around the backside here in Fantasyland, the next pin board is going to be located at the Philhar Magic Gift Shop next to the carousel. So I'll pan the camera around there. It's going to be located right in here. And so we're going to walk through, see if there's anything we need. And obviously, we're down to just Nerd Daisy. But if we do see a real authentic pin that we need for our collection, we'll also take that. So let's take a look and see what there is. Okay, friends, so as we were looking at the pin board here at the Philhar Magic Gift Shop, I did run into a friend, and they have Nerd Daisy. and they wanted this Goofy right here. And so we are so excited because this gives us full board bingo. And so thank you to this person who's come up, this pin trading friend who watches, and now we have completed full board bingo. Okay, friends, so as we make our way outside of PhilharMagic, I have some amazing news. We completed full board bingo. You saw it. We have got Nerd Daisy, met a couple people, met Christina, awesome woman of faith. I got to talk to her husband, two amazing people. Talked about our church, talked about the Bible, talked about the gospel, and talked about Jesus Christ. And it was an amazing opportunity to be able to talk to them. But they helped us complete full board bingo. And so a huge shout out to Christina. I'm going to flip the camera around and show you the pin. Again, there she is. There is Nerd Daisy right there, and there is completed full board bingo. And so we're going to be buying a mystery pack here in a little bit, opening that for you on TikTok and giving you the opportunity to see that. But we haven't even made our way all the way through Fantasyland and have completed full board bingo. How about that, folks? Okay, so that next pin board is going to be found here in Sir Mickey's. We're going to walk in and see if there's anything that we need for our collection now that we've completed full board bingo. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located inside Sir Mickey's, and man, I'm glad we finished full board bingo because look at this board. We just walked into a refresh, and the amount of wave bees on this board are absolutely phenomenal. And I don't even know where to start, but I think I'm going to take this Hollywood Tower Hotel ear, and I believe it's between Peter Pan and Lilo. I'm going to take Lilo. And so I'm going to put down this shirt right here, and I'm going to put down this Sleeping Pluto right here. Man, what an awesome board for a refresh. Okay, friends, so we just scored big there, and I kind of hung out there for a minute to watch everybody pin trade. It's fun for me to do, especially on a refresh board like that. And so many of the people were putting authentic pins for authentic pins. So as a pin trader, we love to see that. But those wave bees got scooped up pretty quickly. And so the next pin board is going to be directly behind me on this shield here as you meet the princesses. So I'll pan the camera around here for you and take a look. It'll be right here at the Princess Fairy Tale Hall on their shield pin board. And here is the pin board found at the Princess Fairy Tale Hall. And as we take a look here, I'm not seeing anything we're going to want or need for our collection, though again, there's that Minnie with the Bob, Roxanne, that diva. And so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so the next pin board is going to be found here at 100 Acre Goods. And so we're going to walk in there, take a look, and see if there's anything that we need for our collection. Okay, friends, here's the pin board found inside of 100 Acre Goods. And again, we are now we've completed full board bingo on a mission for authentic Disney pins for our collection. And I am not seeing anything that we want or need on this pin board. So on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we leave 100 Acre Goods gift shop, I did want to put a timestamp on the full board bingo. We finished at 11:45 a.m. on full board bingo. We got to the park at 9 for park open, did pin drop, didn't even start until about 9:45, 10 a.m. And so we completed full board bingo in about an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. And so again, huge shout out to every person. I was actually talking to a cast member over there at 100 Acre Good, and they couldn't believe, as specific as our pin board for full pin board bingo was, that we were able to accomplish it. And so I'm very excited about that, and do want to show you the next pin trading location as I pan the camera around. We're going to be right here at the guest experience tent before Enchanted Tales with Belle. So we'll take a look at their pin board, see if there's anything we need. And this is the pin board found at the guest experience tent located right next to Enchanted Tales with Belle. And as we take a look here again, now that we've completed full board bingo, we are looking for authentic Disney pins for our collection. And I'm not seeing anything that we want or need. And so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so the next pin board is going to be found over here at Be Our Guest restaurant. You can kind of see it there in the background. We'll walk over, take a look, and see if there's anything we need for our collection. Okay, here is the pin board at the Be Our Guest restaurant. And again, we are looking for authentic Disney pins that we need for our collection. I'm not seeing anything that we need. I do believe that might be a real one. I might take a closer look, but it's not anything that we need for our collection. And so we will move on to the next one. Okay, so the next pin board as we continue around the park is going to be found at the Village Gifts Shop. It's going to be located in the back over here next to the statue of Gaston. As you continue on past Be Our Guest restaurant, there he is, my favorite villain, Gaston. And right over here is the Village Gift Shop where the next pin board will be located. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located inside Village Gifts. And as we take a look here, again, we are looking for authentic Disney pins we need for our collection. Again, there is Minnie with the Bob, already accomplished that on full board bingo, not something we're looking for. And so as I see nothing here, we will move on to the next one. Okay, friends, as we make our way out of Village Gifts, normally there is a pin board here at the Disney Vacation Club across from the Little Mermaid ride, but there's nobody there today, as you can see. And so there is no pin board there today, but always, if you're here at Magic Kingdom, take a look here because there usually is one. Okay, friends, so the next two pin boards we're going to take a look at are found inside of Storybook Circus. When we enter Big Top Souvenirs, which I'll show you here in just a moment to the left, there's normally two pin boards in there and pin trading cast members. I'm not sure where there is, but you'll walk through Storybook Circus here, and then as I pan over here to the left, you will see Big Top Souvenirs, and that is where our next few pin boards should be located. All right, friends, well, here's the first board located inside of Big Top Souvenirs. And again, now that we've completed full board bingo, we are looking for authentic Disney pins. And I take a look at this board here, I'm not seeing anything that my family wants or needs for our collection. And so we're going to move on to the next one. All right, friends, well, here's the second board found inside of Big Top Souvenirs. And again, now that we've completed full board bingo, we are looking for authentic Disney pins and that we need for our collection. And I'm not seeing anything here, and so we are going to move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we make our way away from Storybook Circus and over here towards Tomorrowland, the next pin board is going to be found in Star Traders. So I'll pan the camera around and let you take a look here. The pin board will be located right in here. It should either be at the desk here in the front or at one of the cash registers. All right, friends, so we made our way into Star Traders here, and here is the pin board as we take a look here again. Now that we've completed full board bingo, we are looking for authentic, genuine Disney pins that we need for our collection. We do have a pin trading cast member, and here we go. There is a Wave B Donald Cupcake, and we are going to trade for that. And I think we are going to go ahead and trade this Goofy right here, the Dapper Dan Goofy, and trade for this Donald Cupcake. All right, so we just had an awesome score there inside of Star Traders. Came across another Wave B, the Donald Cupcake. Again, we've already got the Donald Cupcake, but that'll make a great trader. Was able to trade the Dapper Dan Goofy for it. And so on to the next one. We're gonna head to the pin board over here at the Tron Light Cycle Run gift shop. Okay, friends, so as we make our way back here towards Tron Light Cycle Run, the next pin board is going to be found in that gift shop, and I'll pan the camera around here for you. It's going to be called Tomorrowland Launch Depot, and usually you can find a couple pin trading cast members as well as a board in the shop. Sometimes it's in the middle, but other times it's in the back where you can build your own Tron character. We'll take a look and see where that is and see if there's anything we need for our collection. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located inside of Tomorrowland Launch Depot. Again, we are on the hunt for genuine, authentic Disney pins after the completion of our pin bingo. And I am not seeing anything that my family wants or needs for our collection. And so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, friends, well, there was actually a pleasant surprise. This is the second pin board located in Tomorrowland Launch Depot. I saw the first one where it normally is, and there's one towards the back. And so as we take a look here again, we're looking for authentic, real Disney pins. And as I look around this board, I'm not seeing anything that we're gonna want or need for our collection. And so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we make our way outside of Tomorrowland and towards the front of the park again, we didn't see anything there inside the Tomorrowland Launch Depot that we needed. Again, it's been an interesting day. I didn't plan to shoot this far in to be looking for authentic Disney pins. I thought I'd still be playing Pin Bingo, but so many people were so excited about it. I can't wait to shoot the next one because it was just such a success. And so here soon I'm gonna go ahead and drop into a gift shop and purchase one of those mystery packs, and we'll be opening that up on TikTok for everybody to see. But just a few more pin boards left as we make our way down the left-hand side of Main Street, and we'll bring you along, see if there's anything we can find. Okay, friends, well, we did come across a surprise pin board located outside the popcorn stand right next to the castle here at Magic Kingdom. And so as we take a look here, we're looking for real, authentic Disney pins, something for our collection. And I'm not seeing anything here, so we will move on to the next one. Okay, so as we make our way back towards Main Street, the next pin board is going to be located at the Plaza Restaurant as you make your way around the left-hand side of the park, leaving Tomorrowland. So I'm going to pan the camera around over here. And so as I walk down this way right here and you take a look, the Plaza Restaurant is right here, and the pin board is going to be located right there. So here is the pin board located at the Plaza Restaurant, and as we take a look at this board, again, not seeing anything that my family is going to want or need because we have moved on to genuine, authentic Disney pins. And so we'll leave this board and move on to the next one. Okay, so as we make our way down Main Street, the next pin board is going to be located here at Main Street Cinema. And so we'll walk in there, see if there's anything we need or want for our collection. Okay, so this is the pin board found inside of Main Street Cinema. And again, we are looking for real, genuine, authentic Disney pins for our collection. And as I take a look at this board, I'm not seeing anything that we're going to want or need. And so we'll move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we make our way over here towards the Town Square Theater, coming back down Main Street as you're walking away from the castle, there should be 3 pin boards. There should be one at Tony's Restaurant, there should be one at the photo department, and there should be one at the gift store in the back. And so we're going to show you all 3 and see if there's anything we need for our collection. Okay, friends, here's the pin board located inside of Tony's Restaurant. And as we take a look at this board, I'm not seeing anything that we're going to need for our collection here. There is also a cast member's pin pad here, but as I take a look, it's not anything that we're going to need. And so I think we're going to pack up and move on to the next one. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located inside of Box Office Gifts and the photo department area. And again, we are on the hunt for authentic, genuine Disney pins. As I look at this board, I'm not seeing anything that we're going to want or need for our collection. And so we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, friends, here is the pin board located at Curtain Call Collectibles. And as we take a look at this board, again, we are on the hunt for genuine, authentic Disney pins. I'm not seeing anything I need. Again, too bad we don't need Roxanne Minnie with a Bob for our pin board bingo anymore, but we accomplished that feat a couple hours ago, and so we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, friends, so as we wind down the video today, I just wanted to get on here and say, I did say that we're going to look at another pin board after Curtain Call Collectibles. That was not true. That was the last pin board we were going to look at. We've seen every pin board in the park. But again, kind of threw me off there that we completed full board bingo before we even made it halfway through the park by 11 a.m. But do want to show you, again, the results of what we've accomplished today. And so I'm going to go ahead and show you those real quick. So as you take a look here, you look at some of these pins we were able to get. There's our Loungefly, Cinderella. You've got Jack there. You've got Minnie, Mickey Mouse with the fan. You have a Munchling. You have Dory, Wave A. You have your Wave B, Donald Bubble Wand. Your Sleeping Dog. Again, every one of these we accomplished. Now, I will be honest with you. I want to flip the board over also. These pins right here we got after we completed full board bingos. We went around and hit the pin pads, traded with pin trading friends, and also hit the pin boards throughout the park. Again, just an amazing day of pin trading. Again, shooting my first video today when it came to bingo. I didn't expect to have so many people respond. The cast members were cheering for me. They were getting excited. They were looking in drawers to see if they had pins that would help us meet the requirements to do it. And so I did go ahead and purchase the Wave A mystery pack, hoping to pull a super chaser out of that. We will open that later for you on TikTok. Again, if you're not following us on all our channels, you need to. You're not seeing everything here on YouTube. I love when you watch it, but once you be able to follow us on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. But yeah, the Pin Trading Pastor. It's just Pin Trading Pastor. Follow me on all the socials. And again, it's just been an amazing time today, pin trading, doing the pin drop with you. Again, I just want to let you all know that when you love God and you love people, you're doing everything that you've been called to do. And Jesus loves you. Stay blessed, friends.